Okay guys, so in this part we will basically model our cloth, our t-shirt. So let's start. So there will be no sculpting here in this part. So let's start. So let's go to the layout mode, like to the default mode basically. And let's add let me think guys. What can we add? Okay, I think we can add a cube which will be very weird, but let's add a cube basically. Let's see, let's click Alt G to scale it down. Let's click Ctrl 3 to subdivide it 2 times. Let's scale it up like this. Let's move it down. Let's move it more to the torso, and we will scale it up so it will match our body like this. Let's go now to the edit mode and let's move it so it will match more with our character, but we have to go to wireframe to basically select all the vertices that are behind my character. So let's go to the front, as you can see. Okay, let's select the bottom. Let's scale it up like this, and now we can add a loop cut here. Let's scale it down on the x-axis. Now we can scale this also down. We can add a loop cut here to straighten it down at the bottom. So we can move it up, scale it down on the x, scale it down also on the y-axis. So let's select those and scale them on the y-axis. This also, we can move it more closer to our chest. And now it's the funny part. We want to select basically this. You know what? I will add a loop cut in the middle. And now I want to delete the vertices on the left side. So I'll select them, all of them, and just delete them. And I'll add the mirror modifier, so I will just have to do it on one side. So let's now go to the solid view, and we want to make a hole here on the neck. So what I'll do is I'll just select this part on the top, and I would basically delete it, but it doesn't work that good. So first we want to add a loop cut here like this, and now we can select the top part and we can delete it. We are left off with something like this, which is not desirable, but we don't care. And also we want to have clipping enabled, so we can't move these vertices on the other side to the other side basically. And yeah, he now looks weird, but we can also do the same with the bottom. So let's first, maybe we can inset it like this with holding I, and we'll inset it. And now we want to delete this face, and also we want to delete this edge. So let's select it and delete it. Or wait. Okay, let's leave it for now, but later on we will delete it because we'll not need it. So now we select this side here and we click I to inset it. So thanks to it, we can delete it now. So we will scale it on the y-axis to match it more with our arm like this. And let's delete it. Let's select the face. We have to select the face, be in the face mode. Then now you can delete it. So where is it? Delete faces. Yeah. Now we can select the loop by double clicking on it. And let's go to the front view and let's extrude it like this. Like this. And now we can just extrude everything down. Like this. Let's move this part that is the armpit more to the inside like this. Let's select the edges again. Let's match them so they will match more with our mesh. And let's extrude it again like this. Just roughly, we will then make it look better, but for now, just roughly try to make it look good. Like this. Here also like this. I will move this part closer. To the center. So let's click Ctrl X. Like this part. GX, sorry. And as you can see, this part is going a bit, like it goes till here, I think, around here. Then basically what he is doing is we want to extrude it, scale it up. Wait, we didn't extrude it, so we want to extrude it, scale it up, but make sure to have proportional editing off. Scale it up like this, and scale it and extrude it up again, so we'll have this nice fold here. And we want to move it up, make sure it's not touching the other side. Then something like this is fine. Now let's move this part more out like this. And this part, let's move it more to the center, like this. This part we can move it up. Now let's see what else can we do. Let's select the vertices by clicking 1 to be in the vertices mode. Let's go to the wireframe. We'll move everything closer to our body. Like this. Let's move those two closer to the back. This also. Let's move it like this. Let's move this like this. Just overall try to make it stick more to our character. Okay, something like this should be fine. Let's go and see the side. We'll add one more loop cut here so we can make it match our character more. This will move up like this. And this part we will move it here. Let's see from the, yeah, it starts to look better. This part we can move down like this so it will match more with the concept. And this part we can move also down like this. So we want to add a loop cut here, so we'll make it more sharp here. And this part we'll move it like this so it will also be sharp, as you can see. Now it looks something like this. Yeah, and that's good. And to fix this weird connection, we just have to move our mirror modifier in front of subdivision surface. So you just click here, you move up the stack. So now it will first merge the vertices, then it will subdivide the mesh. So now we can actually delete this bottom edge here. So click delete edge. So now we have this. Let's select the vertice that is here. Let's move it closer. This we can move out a bit, and we can even move it down. And now you just have to look at the photos of t-shirts basically. So here let's add a loop cut to make this part sharper. As you can see, it's quite sharp, and I will match it more with our character to make it look nicer. Let's see. Yeah, something like this should be fine. Now select the loop here. Let's move this first closer to our character. But we need a loop cut here, which is very hard to do because we need this to be out, so we can basically use the knife tool. So I will just cut it here and make it till here. So you just click K, it will pop up, and you just choose where you want to cut your mesh. And now I added a loop cut. I could add with Ctrl R the loop cut that it goes from here to here, but I didn't want my loop cut to be also here, so that's why I just got it out here. So I'll move this part backwards a bit like this, so it will not cover, it will cover the whole mesh. Okay, so now let's continue. As you can see, we have this nice back of the t-shirt, and we don't really care about the geometry because we'll sculpt it later. So we don't really care about it. So let's do something with the front. I'll move this a bit outside, and let's check how the t-shirts look. And it's not shirt, it's shirt. Okay, it's not t-shirt, it's shirt. Okay, so first thing we want to do is this part, color, I think it's called. So we want to move this quite close to our character like this. Maybe let's move those two closer like this. This part, let's move it also closer. And we will also have to do the same with the back. As I said before, we will use the knife tool. We'll cut from the arm like this. Click enter, and now we can move this part to the front, so it will deform better on the chest. Yeah, it's very nice. So now select this 4 vertices, like this whole vertices loop. Let's click E to extrude it like this. Now let's extrude it again like this. And I think that let's click Ctrl Z. After first extrude, we just want to select this loop and those 3 at the back, and we want to extrude it like this. We don't want to extrude the first one, so we want to extrude only those 3, and now we want to extrude them down like this. So now let's draw it, like let's place them in the good place. So this one should be here, this one should be outside, and also this one, it's very hard to select. Just go to edit mode, add to wireframe, and let's move it outside. And this one here also, let's move it up like this, so it will be closer to our character. So we can select this face here. Let's move it closer to our character, and you have to also select the face that is below it like this. So you just have to play with the vertices here, basically. Let's see the front. Yeah, it's nice. I think this part is closer. So let's select this one, this one, this one. Wait, not this one, this one. Move it closer. And this also, let's move it closer like this. Yeah, it's very nice. And we want to make this part sharp, so we will add a loop cut. But I don't want to add a loop cut here, so I will have to cut it again with the knife tool, like this. Click enter, and now we have this nice sharp edge. I can double select it and click double G to move it along the line here. And I'll move those 2 to the back, so he will be something like this. And let's think if I want. I think I want a loop cut here. So now this will be sharper, but I want to scale this part on the x-axis to make it more like this, so it will not be perfectly flat. Yeah, something like this is very fine. Select this and move this a bit like here. Let's go to the solid, like let's go out a bit, let's see how it looks. Yeah, it looks cool. It's not perfect, but it looks cool. And I want to add a loop cut here. Or not. I just want to delete this part, which is, I don't know how to do it, but let me think, guys. Let me check how to do it. Okay, to do it we have to add a loop cut here in the front. So I will add a loop cut here in the front. We would do it anyway because we want to have this middle line where the buttons are. So we'll move this part to the right. Now select this whole faces that are in the front. So double click on the edge here. So it will select from the top to bottom. And the thing we want to do is to extrude it a bit. So I will extrude it. So we have this line here, as you can see, that we go out. You can see we have this line here, which is our basic line where the buttons are. And we can make it even sharper by, first I want to make it thicker. I will select this edge line and also this edge line, and I will move it more to the right like this, so it will be thicker, as you can see. And to make it sharper, I will add another loop cut that goes between those two loop cuts, and I will move it down closer to the right one, as you can see here. And as you can see, we have this very nice line, which we'll fix later in sculpt mode. So let's check if we can add a solidify modifier, basically. So let's click here, add a solidify. And yeah, it works basically. You can see that we can add the thickness. I will add it like 0. Let's check how much. 0.02 is fine. And we can click even thickness to make it have the same thickness everywhere. Now let's make this part a bit tighter. I will select those four. I'll move them closer like this, and I'll select those four here, except of this one. Oh my gosh, it's very hard to select. So select those two and those two at the top, and I will move it closer like this. Now select those ones, move them closer here. Why can I select this? Okay, it's very weird. I can't select this vertice. What the hell? Okay, I will just basically select the, I will just select the face here and move it closer. Okay, it's looking nice. Now select this edge. I'll move this out a bit so it will match the photo more. Let's select this edge. And let's move it more closer to the hand. And this part, let's match it more. Let's make it match more our character. Like this, yeah. And something like this is very fine, it's very nice. As you can see here, we have the geometry that we have to cover. So let's move this out a bit like this. And also here. So let's select this part and let's move it out like this. And we can move also the color out a bit. Okay, now let's select this face. I will move it closer like this. And this part also, I will move it closer like this. And overall, I think let's select whole loop here and let's move it like down, because his color is not that big. And now we can move this more to right. Okay, like this. Let's see from the front. Yeah, it's nice. And I want the bottom part to be slimmer, so I will select those 4 here and I will scale them. I will scale them down like this. So as you can see now, it's slimmer here. Now let's go back and let's see how it looks. Yeah, basically he looks very nice. Let's fix this here. So I'll select the vertice that is below here and I will just move it up like this. Yeah, this part closer to the character. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very happy with the shape. There's a lot to fix still, but I know that we'll fix it later in sculpting mode. Like for example, I want this to be sharp here, and I want to delete this part basically. And to do it, I don't know how to do it here. I don't know what edge to add. Maybe if we cut it from this side, maybe. Okay, so let me try to cut it. This plane, basically. What is this? Okay. Let me try to cut it. I will see. I'll cut this line. And I'll cut it with the line before. And I'll click enter. Wait. Okay, let's cut it from the other side because it's very hard to cut it from here. So this is the edge that I want to cut. Let's cut it here and let's cut it with this part. And let's click enter. Let's see if it changed something. Now let's select this vertice. Then move it closer. Okay, it didn't change anything. So I will just delete, reverse it. So for now, I will leave it like this. We can save our file. We can even apply more subdivisions. If you click here, it will should apply more subdivisions. And we can click shade smooth. It will shade it smooth. And let's just fix a bit the arm. Like here, I want to make it more down like this. Oh yeah. And I want to move this a bit closer. Like this. Let's see from the side. Yeah. Yeah, I think he looks very nice. And we have our character almost done. Yeah. Maybe here we can make this look like, wait, I'll make it like V shape like this. Yeah, something like this. Yeah. Let's say, oh my gosh. I don't know why it happens. Okay, let's save it. And I think that's it, guys, for this part of tutorial. We will start sculpting and adding faults in the next part. So thank you, guys, and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.